Hi, and welcome to Wealth Window, making life better from what we've done, how we succeeded, and what we learned. I'm Robert Nahas. We talk with authors, entrepreneurs, and other experts to uncover the real stories behind their ideas, their journeys, and what drives them to do what they do. Today's guest is a board certified neurosurgeon and a number one best-selling author. His name is George Cybulski, and his number one bestseller is called Can We Manage to Save Healthcare? I'm excited to explore his journey that led to where he is today. Dr. Cybulski, welcome to Wealth Window. I really appreciate you being here, taking the time out of your busy day to share some important thoughts. How are you?
Good, Robert. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here with you.
Thanks. It's mutual, and you and I know each other because we worked on your book together, and you sent over this voluminous masterpiece, and we edited it and did the things that any writer needs, and I think we're both very proud of the finished product of what's out there.
Yeah. Absolutely, Robert, and thank you. I can't thank you enough. This has been my dream. You and I have collaborated on this. We've had discussions on it as we took this journey together, and actually made it fun and allowed me to get this work out there. And thank you so much. It's been a great privilege.
Thank you, and it's an honor for me. So tell us what your book is about, in a few words,
Well, the title is Can We Manage to Save Healthcare? And it's a little twist on the word manage, because I've been a neurosurgeon, a practicing neurosurgeon, still am, for over 35 years. And a few years back, let us say, and I had an old boss who used to, my chairman, he used to say, George, the neurosurgery is easy for you. It's really your frustration that I see in dealing with meetings and dealing with the apparatus that goes a hospital where where we practice, and what we have to encounter in terms of doing things for our patients. So that triggered an idea to write a book about it. And it's been years in the making. And fortunately, there was, unfortunately for people who suffered and lost their lives, but fortunately there was a break in the action, if you will, for me, when no elective surgery was done. And I do a lot of spine surgery that's elective, believe it or not. Elective people have to suffer it out with pinched nerves and things like that. But during the pandemic, we had a time period where here in the state of Illinois, where I practice, the governor said no elective surgery could be done. And so that was interesting, in that a politician, obviously I would presume he had advice from medical personnel, but made the proclamation that we were not to do elective surgery. So I had the time on my hands to work with you and put together this book.
Excellent. Well put. And so you mentioned, the problems with healthcare. Let's expound on that a little bit so viewers know what we're talking about. Essentially, we're talking about you and me as patients, never mind you as a doctor, right? We all as patients don't have access to doctors as much as we used to. We're probably lucky if we get 10 or 15 minutes with a doctor face to face if we go, to a hospital. And let's just succinctly describe what is happening so that viewers understand how there is a breakdown in the healthcare system, because, like you have said in the past, the care of healthcare has sort of been injured or smothered, all in the name of the business side of things. And yes, a hospital is a business, but and has to be profitable, of course. But the power of, say, you as a surgeon to administer what you've learned has become more challenging. Is that fair to say?
You summarize that very well, and I would say that the basic premise of what you just said is that there's an intrusion into the relationship between a doctor and our patient. And that intrusion is a multifactorial. And in our book, I touched on some of those factors that intrude. And it starts with the main programs by our federal government to provide healthcare, to finance healthcare, which would be Medicare, Medicaid, and then Obamacare. And the problem with all of those programs, well, there's a number of problems, but in terms of the intrusion is there are regulations that come with those programs. There is power that is transferred from those programs away from the doctor and our patients to third parties. And the biggest third party intrusion is by health insurance companies, which are for-profit organizations. So I've worked in many hospitals that are not for profit. That is, the mission of the hospital is to provide care to people and not have to be consumed by generating a profit. Well, health insurance companies don't work that way. And not only do they not work that way, but we've seen, and even tragically a few months back with a president or CEO of United Healthcare, we see that the fact that these individuals in health, commercial health insurance get paid millions of dollars. And really, the premise of insurance is that they want to keep the premiums working for the company as long as possible. So recently, this past month, in fact, and I'm not sure what the premise is for this, but I've had a difficult time in getting surgery for my patients authorized by actually a third party of a third party. So we have a health insurance company that is, and actually these are patients on Medicaid. So commercial health insurance companies have moved into managing Medicaid, and they use a third party for them to review our recommendations for surgery. And so this past month, I've had a number of operations canceled because of lack of authorization by these entities.
Wow. So would it be fair to say that there's an imbalance of power?
Perfect observation. That's what's happened. The power shifted from the physician and patient coming to a understanding of what the condition is, how to treat it, what the treatment plan is, to really then having to have that approved outside of that relationship.
Yeah. Wow. It's just amazing. And I was really passionate about working with you on this book because of the importance. So we could say that this book is for anyone who will ever be a patient, right? So pretty much everyone. What would people expect to find if they bought this book? What would they get from it?
Well, one of the goals is to make people more aware of the obstacles that a doctor has to work on after the patient and the doctor have gotten together to identify what the medical condition is and what the treatment is based on the doctor's experience. And then to be aware that that's only the beginning. And what I found myself, as I said, over the past month with these cancellations, is spending a lot of time on the phone with my patients, explaining what's happened, explaining how I've had other conversations with third-party reviewers, how we're procuring and supplying additional information, and really, literally, an operation that I would do for a herniated lumbar disc might take, half the time actually of the time that I'm to do the operation, half the time of the time I'm spending justifying the need for that operation.
Yeah. And then you said that you're seeing more of late where they're even being turned down. So people are not getting access to healthcare because of the situation.
Correct. It's delaying it. And the facts are the facts, and we will. I just reassure my patients that we're going to keep doing what we need to do. We will get them cared for, but we're delayed, and this is why. And I tell them, you're frustrated, I'm frustrated, but we're not going to give up.
Yeah, that's right. Thank God. And so people will become more aware of the severity of the situation, which is really the first step in any kind of positive change, right? Becoming aware. It's not there. It's healthcare is a powerful entity, right? And so we're not hearing a lot about this like perhaps we should be, right, in the main. And so this book would be very informative to people to understand the situation. And then, you're working on another book, right? That is follow up, and I don't even know about it yet. So I'm very curious, and I don't want to get into it so much today, but I'm hoping that to some degree it's a step in the direction of what to do, or something being done about it. First you revealed the problem. That's always step one, and then what do we do next? But at this point, for people, where can they get your book?
Well, our book is it's on Amazon, and it's in a print and the Kindle form.
Excellent.
So it's easy to order and quick delivery.
Excellent. And I will share that your book is actually also available in all bookstores across the U.S. Almost every English-speaking country, like Italy and New Zealand and Canada and UK and so forth. So bookstores everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. But Amazon is the largest bookstore in the world, so it has to be there too, of course. So we will, for people to contact you, I'll get with you after, and if there are any links or what have you, I will put them in the description of this video so that people can find your book, perhaps reach out to you for one reason or another. And so, George, I want to thank you so much for meeting with me today on Wealth Window, which is something that relatively new that we're doing with Writer Services. And you were someone that came to mind right away of who I definitely wanted on the show. So thank you so much for that.
Well, Robert, thank you, and I'll leave a teaser. Not only the book that I'm working on, which you and I will bring to fruition again, which is Solutions, but I'm actually working on a clinical decision support artificial intelligence platform for spinal disorders, diagnosis and treatment. And I'm looking at it as a way to help patients understand what is going on with them, and then to take that knowledge through the machine learning that is part of it to really try to streamline this approval position or approval process that has become very frustrating, especially for some reason over the last month. And so that'll be out. The test model, if you will be out in about a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. So we'll have some start to work on that in the real time setting.
Oh man, that is so exciting. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Heard a couple of, drops about AI and I didn't know what it was. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, we're going to use it to help our patients.
Awesome. Thank you so much, George.
My pleasure, Robert. Thank you. It's great to see you and talk with you again. And I'm glad you're well. Thank you.
Same to you, my friend.
Okay.
So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this episode of Wealth Window. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it and tell others about the show. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more real conversations with people shaping the world through their ideas, passion, and expertise. Until next time, thanks for looking through our window.